Hey there, Aquarius. This is Chronic Joy Tarot. We are here. I'm back to do your current soul guidance reading for those born under Aquarius. Also, if it's your moon or rising sign, and or anywhere else predominant in your chart. And also, just if you've been guided here, then definitely this reading's for you as well. Okay. I have been gone for a while. I've had a crazy summer. I was not able to focus on being able to be here and do readings. And I was doing personal readings, and I have the regular day gig that I have, and it's just been busy. And I've had people here at my house. I don't have the biggest house, and the space that I normally do my readings in has been sort of occupied. And so I created this new sort of setting. I'm hoping it works because I'm going to be kind of across the room when I'm doing it, and I can't always tell when I'm up to the camera like this, when the cards are held up. So I may not hold them all up like I usually do to show you, but here it is. For you, Aquarius, from the Native Spirit deck, I pulled this card, Elder. Okay, this card typically, if you read the little pamphlet that comes with the deck, it talks about how you are a leader, and being an elder means setting an example and leading others. And there's some reference to the elders pave the way for others. But the hit I got immediately when I pulled it was different than that. It was more about your connection to your elders, and either alive or passed on in spirit. So let's see what this reading says, because I'm really feeling that this is sort of a message or a guidance from your elders, or about your relationship with your elders and how their choices and their life path sort of molded your own, right? Okay, Aquarius. So we are using the Zen Tarot deck. We're going to use the tree spread here. Your starting point is this is where you are now. This is the key to moving forward into the next level of awareness, and that are these cards up here. Okay. Left side are intuitive, internal energies, and right side are external, sometimes action-oriented energies. Your starting point, Aquarius, is experiencing. Okay, yeah. All right. So what I've got here is this card. This is this is where you are in relation to those who have come before you. You're starting to you're starting to sort of take all that you've learned and all that you're in a sort of almost a reminiscent space, but also you're here, you're present. And the more you can just remain present with every aspect of your life, with all the things that are coming at you, and the shifts that are happening every day, as long as you can remain very fully engaged in your life experience, that's kind of like the biggest gift you could give yourself right now. And I know that your ancestors and family members, and whether they're in spirit form or in the physical plane, they have paved the way for you to be able to fully enjoy and experience your life. Their input had a lot to do with that, with your ability to have grown into the being and the level of awareness that you are now. Underneath this and within you, there may be some stress as far as in relation to your current situation, your current life experience. But that is, stress can be healthy because it sort of spurs us into making a shift or making a change, or sort of pushing through some sticky parts, and then we can get back to this energy. So just know that if there is any underlying stress or stress within you, that it will all play out the way it's meant. And lessons that you learned from those who came before you will help you with this process, with being able to bounce from that sort of more shaken, stressful energy back into this moment. You're able to rest right into this moment. And what that back and forth creates for you is in your external world that feeling of, okay, you know, I'm made of stardust. My home is wherever I am. My existence in this universe is eternal, as is that of my ancestors and my elders. I'm feeling that whatever you've gained through the experience of your life, you get full credit for, but it was also driven and, let's see, influenced or in some ways, you know, the mold was it was sort of formed for you at an early age, and for that you can be very grateful. You are learning to balance this, to go from, you know, how am I going to handle this next problem, to, okay, let me just rest into this moment. I know everything is fine. I know eternally it's always fine. Your lessons that you've gotten from those who came before you and that you still are getting, you know, are, you know, they're invaluable. You hold on to those, and that's what helps you move through your life with a little more ease. Okay, moving to the next level of awareness, we have the friendliness card. So this is where you can, oh yeah, let's say you have some difficulty in your past that has to do with your elders. Let's say you have some moments of conflict or some lessons that were taught to you in a not the most loving and direct way. Maybe they were indirect. Maybe there were conflicts that ended up teaching you more about yourself than you realized at the time. Conflicts with your elders or clashes. You know, as we grow up, we're always going to clash with someone. And a lot of times, you know, I have 2 teenage daughters, so I know a lot of times you're clashing and the lesson's there, but it's hidden behind all the angry words or the, you know, the big moments of conflict. But if you can just ease back, and if some of this stuff is sticking with you and holding in your memory, and maybe it's turned into some sort of stress or resentment as far as conflicts from your past with your elders, or just even conflicting ideals, right? Then within you and within your own emotional intelligence, if you can find a way to allow all of that just to exist, all of it, even the conflict, just to be as it was, because that really was what brought you to where you are now, right? In its full form, good and bad. And there are things to be grateful about. So if we can bring down some of the balance and just, you know, let go of some of the, you know, maybe resentful feelings from the past, then you can be able to release it and move on, right? Okay, and when you move on, don't cling to the past. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. Yeah, so there may be some moments coming up as it relates to those, your elders, and like I said, whether it's in spirit form or physical form, there may be some moments coming up for you where the past is just overwhelming. And maybe you long for it. Maybe you regret it. Maybe you, you know, I don't know, there's something you can't get past or something. That's okay. You know, give yourself the permission to acknowledge those things that came before you and those people. But at the same time, you know, don't be holding anything down or in. This suppression card is a really, and because this comes as an internal energy within you, we want you to make sure you're focusing on letting your emotions be, whether they're positive or negative, as far as, you know, a lot of us like to put a label on our emotions, but they are all just feelings and they all make us human. So if it's regret, resentment, or those things that we tend to label as a negative emotion, let that rise to the surface. Let that come out. Let that be what it is, because holding it in is just going to create an explosive situation or health issues for you, or cutting yourself off from someone else. So always with this forgiveness, sort of this balanced, I will allow everything to be as it is energy. That's what will ease some of this other regret or holding things in or cutting yourself off from others. That's what will ease it. Just to know I can be right in this moment, be grateful, and be able to move forward. So when you get to these sticky points, you can remind yourself to get back to that center line. In your external world, you're becoming more and more aware of how much of your experience you actually create, which is truly 100% of it. You're creating your life, even if it is because of a conflict with another. Your reaction to that conflict created the outcome for you. Your decisions that you've made out of your passions or out of your uncertainties, any of the decisions that you've made to move yourself forward, you're creating the outcome. You're creating your experience every step of the way. And this energy here of this sort of let my emotions be there and let me just make peace with the past and make peace with conflicting feelings. I can make peace with all these feelings. That ability is what brings you to this energy. You're more powerful that way when you can be accepting of everything that comes your way. You're more powerful because then you have a clear focus. You're not stuck on the negative feelings, or you're not stuck on the uncertainty. You're allowing it to be there as you move forward. And that's what being a creator is. That's what it is to manifest everything in your life. The outcome and the insight into this entire reading is the maturity card. So I love this because it goes from, being in the moment, releasing some old conflicts if needed, working on that past sort of clinging energy, and in the end, it brings you to a bigger space of wisdom, to a definite place where you can rest comfortably, you can sit mindfully and just trust in the flow of life. You're trusting in it, you understand, especially because of experiences with your elders, right? You've been able to come to a more wisdom-seeking place. And all of it is the picture of your life. And when you come to these points of your life, when you begin to accept instead of reject or resist, you're learning that true sense of wisdom, that it all, the good and the bad, it all comes with the picture. It all comes with it. And how I move through it is going to determine how good it feels, how good my life feels, even in conflict, like I said, because your ability to let things be as they are and then sort of dodge the things that don't feel so good, or sidestep them, or work through them really quickly and move on, or forgive and release, all those things are allowing you to continue through your path, and you end up in a very peaceful, contented space after each of these scenarios. So maybe say a little prayer tonight to your elders. Give thanks, show gratitude for all that, the sort of the table that they set for you in this lifetime, for you to be able to work some of this stuff out and come out feeling contented about it all. I love it. It's beautiful. Okay, Aquarius, I will be here again soon. I know I say that every time and then I'm gone for 3 months, but I love you guys very much, and thanks for being here, and I'll talk to you soon.